Reese's Senior Bowl is always a big event in the NFL draft process. The tagline, "The draft starts in Mobile," is not just a catchy phrase. It is legit, as this is the first kickoff true event. I know the Shrine game is usually before. This year we got the Collegiate Bowl Classic, whatever it may be. And those tend to happen forward, but this is the first major event in the NFL draft process. We have the Senior Bowl, then we eventually have the Combine, and then we have Pro Days leading up to the NFL draft. And so the Senior Bowl is always a huge event for the NFL draft because we get to see the top senior prospects, or majority of them, compete against each other in Mobile in actual football drills. It's not like, the Combine's nice, and I love the Combine. I love being able to see guys run 40s and do vertical leaps and even do drills and get to see guy after guy in all the top prospects. However, the Senior Bowl is always great because it allows these prospects to be able to do football drills competing against each other. We get to see cornerbacks matched up with receivers running routes and covering them. We get to see pass rushers going against offensive tackles. We get to see defensive tackles going against interior guys, so on and so forth. And it's actual drills led by NFL coaches. For example, we've got the Miami Dolphins this year and the Carolina Panthers coaching these guys. And it's just such a great atmosphere. You got all 32 NFL teams there, their entire scouting staffs, their general managers, and it's just an event where you get to see these guys compete against each other. So we've seen elite talent come through here. Aaron Donald was at the Senior Bowl. Baker Mayfield, number 1 overall draft pick. Carson Wentz was in the Senior Bowl. This past year we had Justin Herbert, and these players can come in and make an impact in Mobile and go on to solidify themselves as elite prospects. I mean, Justin Herbert had some question marks, and I think having him be able to go to Mobile and go to the Senior Bowl and put up big numbers and dazzle and just kind of separate himself, I think that's what led him to still being drafted in the top 6, and I think everyone kind of saw the potential that he had. And so this year the Senior Bowl is still important, but I think this year's Senior Bowl is the most important Senior Bowl we're ever going to have. And all because of the pandemic and everything that's going on with it. If you think about what's going on this year, we're not getting a Combine. These prospects are not going to Indianapolis. They're not going to be running 40-yard dashes. They're not going to be doing all that stuff. That's not happening. And so this is really the true only event that these prospects are going to be able to compete and be on the same field. One of the nice things about there's so many great things about the Combine. You get to have all the players in one area, and you get to see them go one after another after another. You also get to see them compete, and you get to physically see them. You get to see underclassmen that have declared, and the seniors next to each other, in the quarterback drills. You get to see them, one quarterback throw and then the next quarterback throw. The receiver drills, you get to see them run 40-yard dashes after each other, and you get to compare them. This year you don't get that, except for at the Senior Bowl. Another big thing about the Combine is those player meetings. The ability for an NFL team to sit down with a prospect for 15 minutes, pick their brain, have them draw up plays, answer questions about character issues, whatever it may be. Now this year, you're going to get those in virtual meetings, but that's not the same as seeing these people in person. But guess what? Senior Bowl, you get to see them in person. They get to actually meet with them, talk with them, sit in a room with them, talk on the field with them. And I think that is extremely valuable. And another thing that just came out today, I know Pro Football Talk reported this. I don't know if they were the first ones, but that's where I saw it. Teams are not allowed to have their personal workouts, their private workouts. That was another big thing. You could usually teams got 30 private workouts where they're able to bring players in, keep them for a day, go them through drills, meet with them, see what they're like in the facility. You don't get that again this year. So not only do you not get the Combine, you do not get those personal visits. So teams are going to have to rely on heavily the pro days for the testing, for, going and seeing these guys compete. But the only exception, the thing that's still going on like normal-ish, is the Senior Bowl. So I feel that the Senior Bowl this year, the 2021 Senior Bowl, is going to be the most important Senior Bowl we've had, and we've got some good talent there. We don't have an elite quarterback. We have 4 good quarterbacks in this draft. None of them are going to be at the Senior Bowl. Hey, but we do get Mac Jones. We do get Kyle Trask. We do get Jamie Newman. So you get to see those guys that are looking, they're in that second tier. They're below the Trevor Lawrences. They're below the Trey Lances. They're below the Zach Wilsons and the Justin Fields. Those are the guys looking to maybe sneak into that first round. So I think the Senior Bowl is going to be huge for them. Najee Harris is coming from Alabama. He's a guy that could potentially make himself the number 1 running back in the draft. And if you look, to me, it's between him and Travis Etienne, and Najee Harris is going to be able to meet with these coaches and meet with these players, even if he's not able to participate because he does have an injury that he's kind of working on, recovering from. Just being there and being able to physically talk with these coaches and meet with them and these general managers and whatever it be, I think that's going to be vital. And I think what we're going to see this year in the Senior Bowl is, don't be surprised if these Senior Bowl guys end up being drafted higher. And it's not saying, oh, this guy went to the Senior Bowl, he's a second round pick. But NFL teams, they like to draft what they know. And what they know is what they're going to see at the combine or at the Senior Bowl. They're going to, the in-person meetings, the drills, that's what they're going to see the most of at the Senior Bowl. And I think that's going to be valuable to those prospects. A guy like Alex Leatherwood, I'm a big fan of him, the left tackle from Alabama, but he's in a mix with guys like Christian Darrisaw and Samuel Cosme and guys like that I think a guy like Leatherwood being able down there, competing, meeting with those coaches, does he get pushed up above those guys that are in his same kind of tier? And that's the kind of thing to kind of keep an eye on. And that's why I think the prospects that are there this year at the Senior Bowl are going to have the biggest advantage over any other prospect in the 2021 draft, because they get this opportunity face to face with these teams, getting to display it against other top talent. And I think that's really going to benefit them as it relates to where they could be drafted in the 2021 NFL draft.